Welcome, Gemini Cancer, to your end of the month reading for November. I hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay. Next message coming out is sitting in the knowing. Wow, I like that. When it comes to your prosperity and what you want to nurture and what you're really going after. So you could be really open to new ideas and approaches for your own benefit right now because you're sitting in the knowing saying, yes, I know that this is going to happen. Really staying grounded and focused right now is really going to ensure your productivity and fulfilling your day and your weeks over here, guys. Like that. So it is about starting that from scratch. Let's see. Yeah. And wherever there was a heartache and loss going on, you're definitely transforming from that. It's almost like I can see what has happened, so I'm taking on a more positive attitude right now because you're in the knowing, you're nurturing, you're healing with the imprints over here. So loving that. I'm grabbing another card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So definitely having a lot of expansion going on. And just knowing that things are becoming more stable within your life as you are releasing and and healing from the Three of Swords, not allowing anyone to hold you back anymore, or ideas, or however it is. Really releasing and healing. I like it. So as you're really moving up over here, prosperity. Yeah, there could have been some resistance to change or fearing change. Maybe you were feeling a lot, of stagnation, holding on to things that no longer served you, but it just feels like now you're taking on this personal transformation where you're saying no more. Right? So you could even be saying no more to a Scorpio. I'm not going to allow you to do this to me anymore. So, it just feels like, unexpected opportunities are, coming your way. You're really feeling more balanced, more stable, more secure. Making more decisions about this situation. I do feel like for a lot of you, we're just going to call your person Scorpio for now. It doesn't have to be a Scorpio. Could also be a Virgo or a Capricorn. But it does feel like, the whole thing is over here is just like, as soon as you let this go, it's almost like this enthusiasm, comes back around to you. Right? As you're feeling more abundant and your heart is, way more open. You definitely feel, right, like I can let my heart guide me. I know where I'm going. I can trust within this process. I don't have to, right? I don't have to hold on to this I don't have to hold on to this person or this job or anything like that. I don't have to fear anymore. So it does feel like you are seeking out for the love and keeping yourself very stable, and being in the knowing is the best because that's where you can say, I can look outside of the box and know this is what's going to help this situation. When you know, then there's no more fear. There's no more anxiety. There's no more worry because you can trust now in the process. So with the new beginning, it does look like it's Scorpio again. Somebody is definitely dealing with a Scorpio. It does feel like even in this new beginning, you might have this Scorpio, who's very disappointed about the choices and decisions and the movements you're making. See, because you're adapting and juggling new things. You might even be laying down new laws, but you're taking on a whole new kind of personification over here of yourself by not allowing this worry or this upsetness. And that really brings in your destiny. It really brings in unpredictable, fated events, things that are better for you, new choices, new decisions, and, things that you can benefit from. Absolutely. So it's saying, I'm making the magic happen where the magic needs to happen. Bringing back that power and that willpower. So this change right now, it's really about stability, flexibility, and really keeping on to that happiness and optimistic views. And they could be seeing that you're, like I said, that you're really changing. So I do feel like for some of you, yeah, they're causing a little bit of delay. You guys could even be dealing with a Pisces. Somebody is dealing with a little water sign for sure. But definitely feeling like, yeah, now they're in this kind of resistance mode where you might even feel like they're not grounded enough to hold tight to where you're going and what you're trying to do. Okay, because now they're resisting. And it even feels like maybe they're resisting your plan, they're resisting your move, your happiness, whatever it is, or you just maintaining that balance. They don't like it because it could be the misery loves company scenario. Doesn't have to be. It could just be that they see you moving along and they feel like they're getting left behind. But they're kind of making themselves left behind. Look, they're trapped to a tree, the hangman, suffering in silence, not taking on that sacrifice of what needs to be done. Fear of that change. And as you're getting past it, they're saying they're holding still tight to stalling, fence setting. Okay, your new destiny is focused on overcoming the challenge and seeing the bigger picture, knowing where you're leading. So you're taking on some leadership modes, but that's because you're in the knowing. Once again, once we get in that knowing and that crown chakra is open, my friends, it's saying you are balanced. Your chakras are all balanced. You know where you're going. You're bringing in that productivity of whatever it is for the action and making it known. This is where I'm navigating. This is where I'm moving. I would love to see a chariot come out, right? But you're going to get the six. Okay, so you're going to get the Six of Wands or Six of Swords, excuse me, instead, which means you're moving on to calmer waters. Well, you need that anyways because you have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords in reverse says I'm letting go of the hurts, the pains, and things that keep me stuck and hurt, the sorrows and sadness and fears that make me miserable. So by you moving on to calmer waters and releasing that baggage, you could be releasing, right, whether you're actually releasing your Scorpio or, and moving away from them for good and they don't like that, or are you releasing the crap that they keep holding on to, right? And you're saying, we're not talking about that anymore. So you might be kind of making them the elephant in the room and they don't like it, right? Because now you're not talking about the bullshit they want to talk about, that they want to feed fear over. And you're like, we're not worrying about that anymore. That's old. Let it go. We're not talking about it. Let's move forward. And then they say, I don't know how to move forward. I don't want to. And you're like, okay, well, I'm moving forward. Now they're upset because they don't know how to move forward with you. If you got all this strength and they're still sitting with their Three of Swords, they don't know how to move with you. Right? They need to pick up the broken pieces and say, okay, look, then I'll move with you if you want them to move with you. Everybody's story is going to be different, whether or not you're actually giving this person up or you're just letting go of a situation, right? We don't always just throw our friends, our family, and our loved ones away because we have hurdles to jump and challenges. No, we throw the hurdles and jumps and challenges away, and then it sometimes makes the other person, in this case, if you're dealing with a water sign, that's going to make them want to hide out a little, right? Because they don't know what to do. You've overcome some challenge and they don't know how to react. What do you mean you're not upset about that anymore? What do you mean? We're going to figure it out. What do you mean? Well, I want to be trapped over here and really, really think about how horrible life is. It happens. It could be as stupid as state. It could be, something broken. What do you mean? We'll take the bus and, until we get the car fixed. What do you mean? Okay, well, stop thinking that way. We're going to get through that. You see what I'm saying? So you're throwing that away. That's the whole, that's the overcoming the challenge. But they don't want to think that way. They really want that car. I'm not riding the transit bus, I'm not taking the subway. Well, it's like, well, yeah, you are. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to eat because you have to go to work. Right? However it is, everybody has their own story, but that's what I'm trying to say. That could be the hurdle. But releasing this is actually bringing in the sun. Because you will feel like it's a blessing. You're going to feel the sun. You're going to feel the optimism. You're going to bring in more meaningful conversations so that way they can try to figure this out. And even if you're leaving them behind and you're like, we can't work this out anymore, I have to go live my own life, you're still going to feel the release of that pressure for the success of whatever it is you're going through. Like I said, have your heart guide you and trust within this process, because you have a blessing coming no matter what it is. And hopefully, if you know, one way or another, whether you're leaving them or getting over this hurdle with them, hopefully they will start to understand the process and start picking up that positivity as well. But for now, it looks like they're ignoring the call. They're just stuck in their heads, stuck in this situation, not having the self-awareness that you're having. And there are a lot of self-loathing, playing victim, you know, punishing themselves. Yeah, well, you're over here planning and you're like, no, the world is our oyster. Let's go. So for some of you, you could be looking for new love. It's just overcoming the burdens and the boundaries, you know, because you're done with this love. And others of you, you're getting back to yourself, really connecting to what it is you want, or trying to fix your marriage, right? Because it's been, you know, this burden and you want this fixed. Now you just have to, if that's the case, you have to wait for them to come back around, you know, or pray that they pick up on that energy, right? Absolutely. But they definitely have to detach from you know, the sadness and the upsetness so that they can become the Queen of Wands. So now they need to pick up, right? They need to kind of pick up the pace over here to enjoy life. They have to find that zest of life again, no matter what the situation is, because they have to build the inner strength where you've already built the inner strength. Like, even if we can't be together, it doesn't mean you should be, you know, losing everything. Okay? You need to kind of heal and kind of embrace and focus on what, you know, what needs to be done. Not everything works out the way we always plan it to be. Sometimes contracts are broken. However, it is for the three of swords. Yeah, Three of Swords. Because they're still in fear, worry, and indecision. Absolutely. They have to get out of that. So they could try to kill your inner joy, but it's not happening. I can see that. You're bringing yourself back around. Okay, guys. Let's get a card over here and see what's going on. Commit to happiness. Yep. 34. The 3 is the joy. The 4 is the stability, which you already have. The 3 and the 4. The Empress is also a 3, so you already have the 3 and the 4. Right? I mean, right in the very beginning of the reading, which makes 7, and you have the 7 here. So don't tell me it's not a divine reading. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7, 3. Oops. But this is 4, because no matter what, stability is always 4. It can say it's a number 1 because it's the first chakra, but that's not the point. The point is it's 4, because 4 is stability. Okay? Yeah, it's not going to be made like that, because it's not made on a numerology. This is not made on a numerology, my friends. It's made on the chakras, so it's saying it's the first chakra. Right? But if we're looking at it from numerology, it is definitely saying that exactly. Okay? God, you have so many 2s over here. Oh my God, you're 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of, I mean, that's a lot of 2s. So no matter what, it's already saying that. So if this is about finances, you know, your financial situation is changing around for the best. You just have to set yourself realistic goals and keep going on them. But they need to come back to par too, whether it's a business partner, you know, a loved one, family member, whoever this person is. And I do feel like this person is kind of this setback, whether it's, you know, your friend, whoever it is. Okay? Because they just can't get out of that negative thinking. And that's why you're really moving to the calmer waters to keep that positive thinking alive. Sometimes we have to change our environment of people, right? Because misery loves company. If we keep with the miserable all the time, it can really bring us down. So sometimes we have to be careful, okay, and recognize, right? This is where it's leading me, and recognize it's not moving them at all because they have too much fear. So very strategic planning over here in its own way, right? But you're in the knowing, you got this. So until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.